لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك والنعمة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. This is As You Answer the Call. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular anchor, welcoming you to another edition of the program. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Nahcon, has put in place measures to streamline the animal sacrifice, otherwise known as hadaya, performed by pilgrims during the Hajj. One of such is to have Jaiz Bank and Islamic Development Bank handle the processes of hadaya on behalf of Nigerian pilgrims. How then is Nahcon, Jaiz Bank and Islamic Development Bank facilitating this process? Answers to these and other questions in our Spotlight segment. Also on the program, we have Making the Hajj and Nahcon News Diary, which highlights the activities of Nahcon and other stakeholders in the Hajj industry. And on the quiz, a winner has emerged. Details will be announced in the course of the program. Stay tuned for this and more. Don't go away.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The program kicks off with the News Diary. Keep watching.
The chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Nahcon, Malan Jalal Ahmed Arabi, on behalf of the Commission's board members, facilitates with the Muslim Ummah on the occasion of Ramadan fast, calling on them to dedicate more time for reflection and devotion in the sacred month of Ramadan. A statement to this effect by the Commission's Head of Public Affairs, Hajiya Fatima Sanda Usara, says Nahcon emphasized the profound significance of perseverance and faith in the face of challenges. The Nahcon boss was further quoted as saying that as we embark on this spiritual journey, we should collectively draw inspiration from our faith in Allah and remain resilient in the face of trials. He also calls on Muslims to intensify prayers for Allah's intervention in all facets of our existence. Malan Jalal Arabi says it is time to come together as a community, support one another through acts of kindness, compassion and understanding. Meanwhile, Nahcon Chairman Malan Jalal Ahmed Arabi on Tuesday this week led other executive members of the Commission on a familiarization visit to the Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Abuja. Saudi Arabian Ambassador to Nigeria, Ambassador Faisal bin Ibrahim, welcomed the Nahcon delegation comprising of Professor Abubakar Yagawal, Commissioner Planning Research, Information Statistics and Library Science, Prince Anofiu Olarewaju Elegusi, Commissioner, Operations Inspectorate and Licensing, Aliyu Abdulrazak, Commissioner, Policy, Personnel Management and Finance, and the Commission Secretary, Dr. Rabiu Kontagura. During the familiarization visit, matters related to the 2024 Hajj preparations topped the discussions. In other news, Nahcon management says applicants wishing to be enlisted for the 2024 Hajj National Medical Team have no cause to fear following the change in application numbers. The Commission, in a statement by its Head of Public Affairs, Hajiya Fatima Sanda Usara, assured the applicants that they have nothing to worry about. The statement says the exercise carried out is to harmonize the list after the Commission discovered duplication and multiple applications during its verification process. Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris says his administration has provided all the necessary support and logistics required for the use of the Sir Ahmadu Bello International Airport, Birnin Kebbi, for the 2024 Hajj exercise. The governor stated this when he hosted Nahcon Chairman Malan Jalal Ahmed Arabi at the State Government House. He particularly mentioned the arrangements to establish aviation fuel depot to enable aircrafts refuel easily. Governor Idris described the appointment of Malan Arabi by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as meritorious saying he will support Nahcon to succeed in its operation. Speaking earlier, Malang Arabi appreciated the governor for facilitating the activities of Nahcon in order to achieve its mandate. Outside the government house, the chairman and his entourage inspected facilities at the Kebbi State Airport and Hajj camp. In another development, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria Nahcon has honored Hajara Ibrahim Dan Azumi with Hajj slot in the forthcoming Hajj. The 19-year-old Hajara Ibrahim hails from Gombe State. The gesture is a recognition for Hajara's remarkable feat of becoming the winner of the just concluded 18th edition of the Hashemite Quranic competition for females, which took place in February this year in Jordan. The Nahcon chairman's recognition of Hajara is consistent with the Commission's commitment of rewarding hard work and excellence. Malang Arabi said acknowledging such accomplishment will inspire others to strive for similar success while upholding the values of Islam.
Alhamdulillah, you are still watching As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria Nahcon and other Hajj-related matters. Performing hadaya or animal sacrifice is compulsory for pilgrims who perform Hajj Tamattu'i or Hajj Qiran. With majority of Nigerians performing Hajj Tamattu'i, it has become necessary for them to perform the hadaya. And so, to make the process easy and transparent and as well address challenges associated with the hadaya, Nahcon has introduced a number of measures. For details about these measures and their impact, stay tuned for the next segment, Spotlight. Keep watching.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
Slaughtering of animals as sacrifice is one of the Hajj rites pilgrims are expected to observe, preferably on the 10th of Zulhijjah or the 3 days after, which are called Ayyamut Tashriq. For pilgrims performing Hajj Qiran or Tamattu, sacrificing animals is obligatory, while it is discretional for those undertaking Hajj Ifrad. This therefore explains why hadaya payment is left optional and not included in the Hajj fare component, because it is determined by the type of Hajj a pilgrim intends to perform. As the number of pilgrims performing Hajj increases, so also the accompanying challenges that come with performing the hadaya. The challenges include environmental pollution and cases of pilgrims being defrauded. This has prompted the Saudi government to devise ways of handling the hadaya or animal sacrifice by establishing slaughterhouses in Muna, which is coordinated by the Islamic Development Bank under the Adahi project. To key into this project, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria constituted a hadaya committee. The Director of Legal Services at the Hajj House, Usman Hamza Muhammad, heads the hadaya committee.
The mandate of the hadaya committee is to look, review, and fast-track how do we get a better hadaya services for Nigerian pilgrims. The committee is designed in such a way that we should be able to observe and implement a paradigm shift from the ancient or the previous practices of hadaya to Nigerian pilgrims to a modernized one, where accountability, transparency, and confidence can be reposed on hadaya activities.
The committee discharges its mandate through Jais Bank, which is the approved medium for the collection of hadaya payments.
We introduce hadaya in conjunction with Jais Bank. It goes like this. The pilgrim or the intending pilgrim will pay to Jais Bank here in Nigeria. Like last year, we paid 99,000, about 515 naira, almost 100,000 naira. This year, we are still observing how the foreign exchange will feel, so that we fixed. So here you go to the Jais Bank. If you have account with them, you can do it electronically. If you don't have, you go take a teller, fill it. The money will be transferred from your account into the Jais Bank. And when this money is in Jais Bank, now it's the responsibility of Jais Bank to move the money into Nahcon account with Central Bank of Nigeria. If that one is done, Central Bank of Nigeria, based on the approved official rate, will now transfer the money to our IBAN account in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It will be converted into foreign currency, certainly into dollars.
In making the Hidayah payment, some intending pilgrims experience challenges in accessing the bank in their states. As such, the Hidayah Committee and the bank develop plans through which payment can be easily made.
That challenge has always been there. And the challenge is not because of the fact that 85% of our pilgrims, most of them reside in rural areas. Some are nomadics, farmers, and because of that, they don't have access to Jaiz Bank. One. Two, if you look at Jaiz Bank, it's just coming up, being the pioneer Islamic bank in Nigeria. That posed a little challenge to us. But to be specific, answering your questions, when we envisage that challenges, because of the pilgrims cannot access Jaiz Bank in their local government areas or rural areas, we strategize. One, we encourage the state pilgrim welfare boards. Now, please, when a pilgrim comes to pay for his Hajj fare, enlighten him that there is an opening, there's a window for him to pay his Hadaya through Jaiz Bank. The Jaiz Bank do dispatch desk officers to Hajj camps to cater for that in various states.
How does Jaiz Bank and the committee facilitate the Hidayah process?
Jaiz Bank, on their own, they don't execute the Hadaya. They are just there as a conveyor of the money to facilitate the execution of the Hadaya. This money, when it gets to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Nahcon will approve after aggregating the total number of the actual pilgrims that paid for Hadaya to the Jaiz Bank, and then move the money to Islamic Development Bank. It's Islamic Development that carried out the Hadaya. You can understand. So Hadaya is not Nahcon that does the Hadaya in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, no Jaiz Bank. No, it's Islamic Development Bank. Then Islamic Development Bank have registered companies that supply them with those animals for the sacrifice.
To make the system more transparent, the IDB invites members of the Hidayah Committee and other stakeholders to see firsthand the process of performing the Hadaya on behalf of Nigerian pilgrims. And at the end of the process, a certificate is issued as evidence for making the Hadaya.
Then when these animals are brought into the kingdom, they will invite us, we members of the Hadaya Committee, we inspect the animals, we feed them, and the Hadaya will be executed on behalf of the pilgrim. Now, another area that gives confidence about this process is, at the end of the Hadaya exercise, even before the pilgrims depart Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Islamic Development Bank do issue certificate of Hadaya execution on behalf of each and every pilgrims. Yes, you see the certificate. Pilgrims with so-so-so name, so-so-so passport number from so-so-so state. Hadaya has been executed on his behalf by Islamic Development Bank. That certificate with each and every certificate number attached to.
Usually, the animals used for the Hadaya are sourced from different countries across the globe. With Nigeria not among the countries where the animals are purchased, Nahcon had, during the 2024 pre-Hajj visit, discussed ways through which Nigerians can benefit economically from the Hadaya. Such ways include employing Nigerians to work at the slaughterhouses, buy animals from Nigeria, and many more.
So we told Islamic Development Bank that, look, we are key partners. We are strategic partners in Hadaya. Carry us along. Why don't you tell some of these companies, you Islamic Development Bank, our quota to go and purchase this animal. Come to Nigeria and buy our animal. It would add, it will promote, and we have economic benefit. And we create a synergy and a sense of belonging. So let them to come and purchase our animals. That will earn a foreign exchange for Nigeria. Then the third issue also, which we discussed with Islamic Development Bank, is they have veterinary doctors. They employ veterinary doctors from Sudan, from Egypt, from Ethiopia, and so many other parts of Islamic world to ascertain how healthy to ascertain how feasible and how physical those animals are, to make them ready for the sacrifice. They should be able to give a certain allocation of number of veterinary should come from Nigeria. Let this number of veterinary doctors at least form part of the team that will ascertain the hadaya. At least that, by extension, has economic benefit to Nigeria.
With this development in place, it has become imperative to create more awareness among intending pilgrims so as to understand and fully embrace the hadaya policy. The slaughtering of the animals is carried out in Mina on the 10th of Zulhijjah, but can also be done on the 11th, 12th, and 13th of the same month. While plans are underway to see how pilgrims can have parts of the meat for their consumption, the Saudi government has over the years developed ways of managing the meat, particularly by sending it to some Muslim countries who are in need of it as sadaqah.
MashaAllah, the program is As You Answer the Call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Tonight, Malama Khadija Gambo Hawaja takes us through discussions on Hajj rules peculiar to women. Let's hear her.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
In the course of performing the Hajj, men and women are expected to take part in observing all the Hajj rites. But in certain matters, there are separate rules for women. What are these rules peculiar to women? How are the Islamic scholars interpreting these rules in relation to the dynamics of Hajj? On Making the Hajj tonight, Malama Khadija Gambo Hawaja answers these and other questions. She begins by explaining the concept of Hajj in Islam.
For Muslims, when we say I have gone for Hajj, it simply means I have gone to visit the house of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala as enshrined in the Quran, where Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says in Surah Ali Imran, chapter verse 97, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, walillahi ala an-nas hijjul bayti man istata'a ilayhi sabila. That Allah is a debt upon nas here used upon all men and women inclusive, that Allah has a debt on all of them. It's an obligation on all of them to visit the house of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. But then a caveat was put there that only for those who have the capability and ability.
For women, being able to go for Hajj is not just enough. There is another condition, says the Islamic scholar.
Permission for women is one condition that must be met before a woman can travel for Hajj. But then again, even on this permission, scholars differ. Some are of the opinion, and many of them, Jamhur said, it means majority said, if the Hajj she's going for is Hajj al-Farida, meaning the first Hajj which is compulsory, then the husband has no say. Whether with or without his permission she can go. While others say, well, if it is Hajj that is not Farida, the normal Hajj that people go, because I want to go and do Hajj, I have done the first one, they said on that the permission of the husband must be sought, and if he says no, then if she goes out, she has disobeyed Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And there's even a possibility that Allah will not accept that Hajj. So you see how scholars differ.
Similarly, another condition is that women performing the Hajj will be required to have a mahram or a male guardian to accompany them. The mahram may be the husband or any man the woman is not permitted to marry.
They are divided into three. The first category of mahram are those that are close to her because of lineage, blood, relationship of blood. Her father, her son, her brother, the son of her brother, the son of her sister, her uncle, maternally and paternally. So these are the people that she shared common blood with. But you can also bring the husband, his mahram, the husband. So that's the first category, based on blood relationship. Then there's a category of mahram also that is not of blood relationship, but it has to do with a rida, meaning they were fed together. For example, she may have lost her mother while she was a baby, and then her aunt or somebody, not even her aunt, for example, decided to bring her to breastfeed her. And so that child that she was breastfed with, assuming the woman has a son, so it means that son has also become her mother, her brother, not by blood but because of a common mother who breastfed them.
Then, who is the number 3?
The third one is those that you are related to them because of marriage. For example, your in-law, the father-in-law, the father to your husband has become your mahram. The son of your husband has become your mahram. These two people have become mahram. The husband of your mother has become your mahram. The husband of your mother has become mahram to you. Now, so all these people can accompany a woman. So where none of them is there to accompany her, scholars also differ.
On this, some scholars say she can go with a trustworthy group of people. Such group include officials of Pilgrims Board, among others. Another rule for women is when they are observing the waiting period known as idda, either as a result of husband's death or divorce.
If a woman, a woman who is observing waiting period, that waiting period could be out of divorce or death or dead. For example, a woman whose husband has divorced her, many scholars say she cannot travel during the idda period. Why? They said because in Surah Al-Talaq, Allah said, لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة. So, لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن, do not remove them from their homes, ولا يخرجن, and they must not go out of their homes. So they said, they understood this to mean that during that waiting period of idda, a woman must not go for Hajj inclusive, but even going out for Hajj, she should not go, she should wait until the period is over. Some scholars speculated that. Now on the issue of death, but some said no, she can go.
Alhamdulillah, we shall continue the discussion in subsequent editions. Now it's time to know the winner of last week's quiz and the question for this week. Good luck.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, which type of Hajj did the Prophet ﷺ perform? The correct answer is Hajj al-Qiran. The winner is Ismail Muhammad Sarki from Taraba State. He provided the answer ahead of others. Ismail Muhammad Sarki will be contacted on how Nahcon will reach him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of Nahcon's effort on social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, what is Hajj al-Qiran? Again, what is Hajj al-Qiran? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck to you. Up next are your messages.
Ahmed Sani sent in the first message. It reads, "Congratulations to the new constituted Nahcon board. Let the fear of Allah be your guide." Adamu Ahmed sent similar message. It says, "Masha Allah, congratulations to Nahcon."
This is where we draw the curtain on today's program. See you same time, same day next week with another edition of the program. But before we go, remember that you can send your messages, comments, observations, and questions through our mobile phone number and other social media platforms. Once again, thanks for watching. Ma'assalam.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا